Um, how are you? My name is Kirstie, and this is the 3rd of January, 2019, and it's my birthday. So happy birthday. Um, and I have just come back from a really lovely holiday, and I was really inspired reading a blog post a woman had written talking about her experiences live coding in her open source contributions. Um, and I thought, oh, I'd really quite like to do that. I think it'd be really useful to show kind of what I do. Um, Now, I don't think my coding is really worth sort of following along with. Um, I don't even do, to be honest, a massive amount of coding at the moment. But I do try to manage some of my projects openly. And what that means is that I work on GitHub. I'm pretty confident using GitHub reasonably. Um, and I sort of maintain and lead some of those projects on GitHub. And I don't think many people, certainly not many people in academia, really know what that means. And I don't think I necessarily know what that means, but I do know, I know it when I see it. And I think a lot of it is responding to people's questions or giving them feedback on any work that they've done. And it's also thinking about kind of the direction of projects and where you want to take it. And some of that would be really boring for you to watch because it would just involve me like walking my dog in Greenwich Park in the dark because it's the middle of winter and kind of mumbling to myself as I try and think through like, what is this space? What am I trying to achieve? What am I trying to do? So I'm not going to start live streaming my walks in the park. But I do think that some of the stuff that I do working on GitHub and some of the sort of little ways of contributing, I think, you might learn something from that. Now it's live contributing, but I've been a little bit nervous and actually I've had some technical problems. This is the 3rd time that I've started this. And so I haven't actually told anyone about the live stream just yet. I figured I would give this a go first. And if it goes okay, and maybe if next week's goes okay, I'll start sharing a little bit more. But the idea is that if you're watching along, you can chat to me and we can, I can answer questions and things like that. But for now, let's just do a little bit of work, just do a little bit of contributing. I'm going to share my screen. And now we're in this sort of strange zone. So I'm also going to scoosh this window over. So it's on my 2nd screen. So I can still see what you see. You don't have to see that big vortex. I'm just resizing you. Sorry, I mean, this is taking, it's a little bit boring. There's also kind of a fun thing that I found in Chrome extensions. Where can I see my extension? Oh, I'm in, I'm in Firefox, so that is not going to work. So let's go to here. Extensions. And can't see the ones that I have installed. Oh, Kirstie. This is where I need you This is where I need you online, telling me where I'm supposed to be clicking. Recently updated settings. My extensions. Here you go. Camdesk Launcher. Sorry that took so long, kiddos. It is sort of the point of this live contributing is that you'll also get to see what real life doing work looks like. And to be honest, it looks a lot like not being able to Google over and over again. Okay. So I told you that I do my work in GitHub. And that's right. GitHub.com. The screen, you can see that. I'm on 120%, so I hope that's going to be big enough for all of you all. And one of the things that I have to do is I'm going to go to Data Science for Experimental Design, which is a project that I run with Daphne. And it's basically, I made an organization called Data Science for Experimental Design, which you can see here. And I made that so that I could have a website that easily that was called Data Science for Experimental Design.github.io. Now, real quick, move myself. I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller. Oh, you still can't really see. I'm trying to show you that this is the website URL, but maybe if I just click, press Control and click, and this is the website here. This so this was for an event that we ran. It was really nice. Click on Tell Me More. One of the things I want to just very quickly shout out, I'm going to scroll down, is that this was built by me via GitHub pages using this Event Jekyll theme by Melvin Chang, and we really appreciate that. So thank you, Melvin, for making the original version of this, and also a little shout out to the Noun project that makes the wonderful little icons. This little icon. One of the things that I haven't done is update this website with all the talks that we actually get. So this says register today. Well, this happened on the 17th of October. So there is no point in registering today. So that seems silly. I'm going to go to issues, and I'm going to make myself, where's a good place to put? Let's put me down here. I'm going to make a new issue. Zoom in again. And it's going to say update site. Okay, so then to update the page. Happened in the past. Okay, so that's a new issue that we need to do. And we can have a look around here. So register today needs changing. So we can just click on these three dots here. We can edit this. So I'm going to make a little list here. This is Markdown that I'm typing in. And this is going to make a little checkbox. So if you click on preview, you can see that it's rendered slightly differently. And I'll be able to check that once I've done it. And this link goes to the Eventbrite page. And this has gone too. So we can probably just get rid of that Eventbrite page. I think we could just say gone. We got our lovely people up here. This I think is fine. We can leave this as being looking in the future. I think this is okay. So this is fine. We'll just we just need to change that one little thing that registered today. Okay, but I'm going to update here. But I'm going to make a new issue real quick as well, because I also know that we need to. So so we've got the videos of the talks on YouTube, so we need to link to these. So let's just do a quick Google. So we do YouTube Turing computer data science experimental. Yep. This is the events page. But that doesn't have the videos on there. So actually that's another task that we need to do. You know, just move me. I'm going to update this here. Also to these videos from Turing. So, oh, here we go. So here's the Alan Turing Institute. We've got some playlists. The Game Changers for Diversity in STEM. That's a good one. That was an event that I helped to organize as well. Loved it. Oh. Let's do a quick search. Let's look at the videos. These Game Changers. These are some Game Changers ones. Oh. Oh, they do not seem to be here. So, okay, so we can't do this one. So I can't do this one because it turns out they're not what I thought they were. Yeah, that's going to come up with a whole bunch of stuff. So it looks, I think what's happened is that these are, I think they're hidden because I think maybe we haven't, I think maybe I have not sent him an email to say that they're good. So we're gonna have to put a pin in that. And we'll just go and do, instead, we'll just do this update website after the event. So we'll just fix the register today. So the way to do that is I'm going to open up, yeah, you can see this. I'm going to open up the Git shell. And it takes a little while. And I'm going to just add a CD into my data science for experimental design folder. I'm going to git pull. You can't see that. There you go. So I'm going to make sure that everything's up to date. That's good. And then I'm going to open Visual Studio Code, just right here. And you can see that too. We don't need this open. We do File, Open Folder, Data Science for Experimental Design. Close it. There we go. A new window, clean window. Data Science for Experimental Design. I was here before. And we're going to search for, so Where's this? Let's just close this, this. Okay, we don't need that. We don't use any of these. These aren't the ones I'm looking for. There it is. There's our register today. So this we can say closed like that. And let's just see if we want to change any of this writing. So view the toggle word wrap so I can read it. We're delighted to bring together laboratory scientists, data scientists, statisticians, and social scientists at the Alan Turing Institute. We will discuss it. I think that's fine. So we're going to leave it as registration closed. And what will be nice is when we upload videos, we can kind of add a little section about that. So here we go. So we've made one change. We're going to say update to update close registration. I'm going to add this stage change. I'm going to click to commit it, and then I can push right here. And we can close all this down. And then if we, so we're watching here, it should be synchronizing here. Now, one thing that I think is really kind of cool and sort of important to know is if I click refresh here. So I've pushed to master. I'm the only person that works on this website. If you look, these commit messages aren't very useful, are they? Update to close registration. So that's inside this folder here. So we can see that my 22 seconds ago, this was pushed. Now, if you look at the website here and we scroll down, it still says register today. If I refresh this, now it says registration closed. So we've updated it, everything's cool. And we can go ahead and look at another task that I need to do. Let's go to my web. Let's go here. And I'm not going to do this one just yet because this is kind of a big one. But I am, I think, going to go check out this Tadana one because I made an issue here this morning that said update Tadana OHPM abstract somewhere in the docs. So we updated, and no one's commented on this yet. Well, because it's not even, no one's awake yet. So this is an issue that I thought would be a good one, but I wanted to check to see if somebody else. Wait, what? Oh yeah, this is like so this is, I have an issue here in my repository, in my project management repository, telling me that I have this other issue that I care about. Are there any pull requests that we want to bring in? These are all kind of big for me. I don't think I'm going to be very good at reviewing this. So let's not do Mica. Let's do rain cloud instead. So in rain cloud plots, we updated the last thing that happened was we updated git ignore. I think that's the most recent thing, 17 days ago. We have 4 pull requests. This is a MATLAB one. This is a MATLAB one. Let's just see what's happened with these. Woo, let's change it. We've got some conflicting files here. Tutorial. So, okay. So now we've got this conflict. we've got this conflict because we've left this so long, which is kind of a nightmare. So I think what we're going to do is have a look at this. So what do we think is happening here? So we think this is a suggestion for slightly rearranging the repository structure as mentioned in the 7th. It's mentioned in this issue. So we've said, yeah. So we've got this copies of example data is present in both Python and MATLAB directories, which is kind of silly. But all code photos are called tutorial, but it's not only tutorial code. I see this repository as a code repository with Python, MATLAB, and R, all of which happen to include tutorials. I recommend restructuring. So that is PR8. Is that where we are here? That's number 8, yeah. And this is the MATLAB update. And we've got this thing that update the actual toolbox code. Okay, so we can do this. Okay, so this is all looking pretty cool. So this all looks fine. This is becoming very boring, right? So basically you watch and you read what's going on. But we have this recommendation that that Tim has suggested here of the restructuring the repository. And I think what I want to do here, so we've updated the git ignore. We're just, we've got a README file now in the Python folder. We've renamed this file. And we've got some MATLAB examples. And this is the 2015B. So I'll just just sort of explain a little bit about what I'm doing. So what you can see here in GitHub is I'm looking at a pull request. And on the left-hand side is the files that already exist. And on the right-hand side are the files that have changed. So there's 214 new lines, there's 689 gone. And I can see how we have sort of changed these various different things. And it's kind of cool for seeing, just like a, like an overview of what's going on. So this is like file renamed without changes. This is nice and easy, right? It's just changed the path of where the file is. So it's still called barplot1 in a folder called fix. It's just not called tutorial R anymore. It's just called examples. And so a lot of these things have renamed without changes. This is some example data, and it's gone. So that file is totally gone. But if I think what's happened is we have new data files. Scroll all the way. Oh yeah, so there's 54 files that have changed. And if I file filter, that we just look at the CSV files that have changed, I can see that I have that the MATLAB data has gone into examples data folder. And so we've got rid of the doubled up data that's going on here. Okay, so this all seems pretty logical. There's still a bit of work that needs to be done because so examples versus tutorials, it doesn't really matter. So we've got this restructure here. I think this is a little formatting error. Taking the things correctly, update links to example data and to output figures, update installation explanation. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix these. I'm going to try and fix these merge conflicts. And then just push it back up because I think we've still got some work to do here. But I think it's really valuable to fix the merge conflicts so that people can keep going forwards. So file, open folder, rain cloud plots. So here's now I'm in my rain cloud plots and I'm in the master branch. CD, rain cloud plots. Oh, I've got some big changes to pull down to get full. And this is because we did a little bit of work while I was not here over Christmas. And so I pulled those down. So this is now nice and synced up. And what I want to do is, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go, command line instructions. So so this pull request is from Tim's fork of rain cloud plots, and he's called it restructuring. And he's recommending pulling it into the master branch. Okay. So this is rain cloud plots as the organization. It's going into the master branch, and this is Tim's personal fork of and he's called his branch restructuring. And so what this command is going to do is make a new branch locally on my computer, on my work laptop here, called Tim Van Murik Restructuring Master. Sorry, it's going to be called Tim Restructuring. That's the branch. And I'm going to compare it to master. Wait, let's Google that. Let's see what the syntax for that is. Git checkout documentation. So if we do -B, new branch, so that's the new branch that I'm making, and then this one that comes afterwards is the start point. So what it's going to do is it's going to say, start me at master, and then make a new branch called Tim Van Murik Restructuring Master. And then, so that's the first one, and we're going to switch over to it. And then the second one is pull from Tim's fork of rain cloud plots, the specific branch restructuring. Okay, and so don't worry about these ones for right now. This is going to get me downloaded to my local computer all of these files that have changed. Let's go back and let's do that. And just as a heads up, we're going to get these merge conflicts. So the first thing we're going to have to do is fix those merge conflicts. So I'm clicking this button here because I'm copying, and I'm going to copy and paste it. And then, whoops, I can click here. So I'm git pull and git check. And I got these merge conflicts. So the way that I like to fix merge conflicts is I go into Visual Studio Code and I look for merge changes. Just squish this. And what's kind of fun is you can see down here where those merge conflicts are. So I'm just going to put me over here. And this is like a zoom in. This is like a sort of like an overview of the whole file. And here you go. So we want to, we actually want to keep both of these. So we want to ignore the backup MATLAB files. And then we also want to keep these, ignoring the backup like R project files as well. So I'm actually going to accept both changes. And I'm going to add in comments. Ignore R project files, ignore backup MATLAB. Okay. And then I save that, Control S. And I need to commit this. So I'm committing my file. I'm going to say update. Oh, so I should go to let's say fix. Let's ignore. I'll stage that. And now click enter, enter my doodad. Now it's there. So I need to be in. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I'm in the master branch. Let's do git checkout dash B. Cool. Okay, so we're there. So we now have all of our changes. And if we look, and close git ignore, you can see that we've got these example files. And so we've got a folder for data, a folder for MATLAB, a folder for Python, folder for R. And then we've got some figures in here. Now this is a little bit confusing because we have Python tutorial figures where I think we should have them under figs in MATLAB. We have an image here. I'm not quite sure where the image is coming from. And we have some manuscript code, which is, I think this is made in R. Yeah, this is an R markdown file for how we made them in the so, right. So we're still in a little bit of a mess, but I am going to branch set upstream to git push set stream origin. Okay. So I'm now pushing to the rain cloud plots repo this branch. So that will not update immediately. That will not update this pull request. But I can now do a pull request to and oh yeah, so I've got like a whole bunch of updates because what I'm basically doing is updating his form with some of the other changes from these are all changes that have happened thanks to a really lovely contributor to the project called Orchid OO, which I'm going to have to now look up. Oh no. GitHub. Paula. So thank you, Paula. We're going to have all of those in here. So I'm going to say so what's kind of intense about what I'm doing here is I have made a branch of his branch in my fork, and I have put in a pull request from Rain Cloud Plots to Tim's fork with these various changes. And what I know will happen if he merges this is that this pull request, oh no, sorry. This pull request right here will be updated automatically. So it will show once he merges this, because this is going from here to here. This is environment restructuring. And this is going from here to here. This will automatically update and it will fix those merge conflicts. are mentioned here. So that's just one little change that's going to be able to happen because we've updated these R files and also a little MATLAB file there. Now, I still don't think I know exactly what the plan is for restructuring. So I think we might need to have a think about that. The refactoring the MATLAB tutorial. So okay, so we've got a little conflict here as well. So I'm going to fix this one too because that's going to make life easier. This one I feel a little bit more confident. So let's go back to here. Head. Get reset to sync with remote. There it is. I want to sync this up. I'm going to git fetch origin, git reset card. And there we go. So master is now back up to date with origin master. If I do git checkout structuring, it syncs up with that. And I can see the difference. Sorry, this is really small. Git diff between two branches. And I can say git diff master dot development, and it will show me the differences between them. So but it's pretty big. So git diff. There's all these different differences. So the git ignore is a bit different. The README is a new file. The README in the Python folder is a new file. A few other different things that are new. So this is sort of showing me what's changed. And I'm not going to scroll through it. There we go. Check out. Cool. Let's be here. What did I say I was going to fix? Oh, I was going to fix refactoring MATLAB. That's right. So copy. So now I'm on a branch called refactoring MATLAB, and I'm going to pull those changes down, and I have a merge conflict. So I'm gonna have a look at my git ignore, and you can see I've got these. I've got the same merge conflict as before. So there is a cleverer way of doing this, but I'm going to show you my exceptionally non-clever way of fixing this. I'm going to go to my branches. Go to the restructuring branch that I just made, and I'm going to look at the git ignore from there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste all that stuff from there. So line 105, line 105. I'm just going to copy and paste that in. That's what I want it to look like. I'm going to save that. I'm going to say fix. Add that, and then commit this. And if I look here now, hit pull, all sorted, and I can publish that branch. So git push. I can make a new branch here, so I could do the same thing as I did last time, where I make a new branch called this inside of our repo, but I don't really think that's super necessary, because what's kind of wacky is here we go. So here's our resolve conflict. So I can actually push to this same branch because it has been, sorry, I'm trying to talk things at the same time. So because I have write access to the branch that the pull request is going into, it's saying, please will you, Kirstie, please will you pull this in to the master branch, I am actually able to write to Tim's branch. So I'm going to do that. I'm not necessarily going to merge these changes. That's not what I'm going to do. But I am going to say git push. And I'm going to push it to copy. Oops. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can't do that. Maybe I have to be. Yeah. Maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll just do what it suggested. Publish that. I think that there's a merge conflict in Raincloud Plus as well. So let's have a look at that file. Oh, that sounds okay. Maybe it doesn't have too much of a problem. And now we can do the same thing again. So my refactoring MATLAB can say oh, I've done this wrong. Oh dear. I've said that I wanted to merge this into our master, and I do not want to do this. I actually want to do this from to Oh, silly. Right, close this. This is not what we're going to. Oh, I'll close it from here. Sorry. Conversation. You're the wrong. Okay. Nope. Coming. Closing comment. Let's do this again. Code. Branches. Refactoring that. We go to this branch. Compare. No, want to be in this branch. So refactoring that. And we're going to do a new pull request. Here we go. Okay, so this thinks that we want to go from here into master. We don't. We want to go from here into Tim's refactoring MATLAB branch. And here you can see that there's a whole bunch of changes. With the last one being fixed merge conflicts and get it wrong. Okay, so yeah. A pull request. Okay. So now Chris has two, so Tim, sorry, has two pull requests. He has one called fixed merge conflict, which is in the restructuring branch, and one that's in merge conflict in the refactoring MATLAB branch. Now, these are actually, this is really annoying to have two pull requests that are both called the same thing. So I'm actually going to change the title of this one to and I'm also going to link to the correct pull request because that's pretty useful for him to know. And let's do this one. Okay, so those are a little bit easier. Hopefully they're not too difficult for Tim to review himself. And I'm at an hour. I don't necessarily need to watch me for too much longer. But the next thing that we need to do is come back to this restructuring the repository part. So I'm just going to add a little comment here and say, layout for the project. say some names in a moment. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. There I am. And I just want to say thank you so much for paying attention. And or maybe you didn't pay attention, maybe you just like zoomed around like I did. But I hope it was useful. I think it's pretty difficult to learn GitHub and pull requests and working collaboratively without seeing lots of examples. And I hope you're okay with the fact that you got to see it looking kind of messy at times. There were a lot of little shortcuts that I made that I knew how to do. So some of the things where I went fast, don't worry about those. Some of the things where I went slow, if you wouldn't have gone slow in those ways, you're smarter than me. Probably actually you just have more experience than me in different areas. So I'm going to try and keep this going. I hope it's going to be useful. And thanks for watching.